Adani Stocks. This is the group which is quite famous over the years, has given extraordinary return over the years. But however, few years ago, that is almost 2 years ago, the stocks were all the fallen, and again it has gone up now. Now many investors are asking which is the best stock to invest fundamentally in Adani Group, and that is what we are going to cover. And this question has been asked by Akash Chopra, Naimesh Mohan, and Khushbu Desai. So, guys, we are going to talk about which is the best stock to in this Adani pack. Now, that is what we are going to talk in detail. Also, we'll talk about the outlook and fundamental of the stock. So, today we are going to talk about stock that is Adani Port and says. Okay, though Adani Port, it is quite a strong fundamental that it have, and it has gone up a lot. And let us understand and deep dive about Adani Port. This stock I already covered almost few months ago. If you want, you can check it. And at that time also I given the fundamental and all that. But now I'm going to talk about in detail. From here also, the stock has gone up quite a bit. Now from here also, where the prospects look like and whether it will go up or not. The stock has run up a lot. So let us start and analyzing this stock. So talking about Adani Port. So let me talk about the stock price first. And by the time I show it, guys, if you have any stock to be reviewed and from my side, no, please put it in the comment box. I'll try to cover that. So let us talk about Adani first. So talking about, guys, the price, it has fallen to almost, you can see here in 10 Feb 2030, 584 rupees around. Okay, again there was a problem. Adani stock has fallen at that time. But from there, the stock has already now gone up to almost 1300, more than double ho chuka hai. And this is where things like that, from where it will go from here also. Adani Port, it is one of the leading stock in port industry, and it is the leader. And we'll talk about the fundamental of the company and how the port business look like and where Adani Port is standing. So let us understand that one. So talking about that, let me open the, yes. So overall, if I see here, so talking about Adani Port, guys, Adani Port, if you see, it has business across, okay, Adani Transport, Utility, Port, SES, integrated logistics, everywhere it is there. It is a accessibility of almost 90% of countries, integrated end-to-end solution presence across value chain. Okay, again, guys, understand that it is a India's largest private port player, building global presence. So if you talk about, no, the West Coast capacity is almost 355 metric ton. Even East Coast is almost 252 metric ton. And now this is what is now, it's quite a large player. And okay, again, I give here all the countries are given where their presence is, like Israel, Australia, Tanzania, Sri Lanka, everywhere the presence is there. Operating Israel, again in Israel also, they were almost, you can say, they half have Haifa port, which is almost 50% of country's total cargo. And again, their total port, 70 port capacity is 607 MMT, which is quite on the higher side. Again, guys, if we talk about the business model, you can see the business model is quite good. They are in development, operational value creation. So if you talk about the ports business, in the development, they have a national footprint of 14 ports, 4 ports outside India, one-stop solution to the customer. Okay, again, they're operationally, they are quite good in that, best in class efficiency. Again, if you talk about SES, it is large scale, ready to set up industrial land SES. Okay, land bank of 16,500 metric HA at Mundra. Logistics, also one of the largest logistic player in India. Railway, MLP, warehousing, everything is connected to Adani. Now, also when we talk about the Mundra port, you see the Mundra port is the largest SEZ at Mundra, almost land bank of 12,500 plus HA, which is one of the highest. And they are planning by 2030, they'll become the one of the largest private player, port player in the world. And this is what they are thinking about. This is where the aspiration is. Dharma Industrial Zone is land bank of 2000 plus HA. And you can say Krishna Patunam Industrial Zone is almost at 2000 plus HA. Okay, so these are some of the main ports. Again, as I told you, they are there across trains. Okay, earlier by financial 20, they were having 58 trains. Now almost 116 trains, 1.7x, 200 plus trains, largest private player by financial 26. They are talking about MMLP, almost 5 MMLP. Now they've gone up to 1.5 times, and by 26 they'll have a 15 MMLP. Again, you can see the grain soil, warehousing, railway tracks, marine, everywhere they are going to want to become one of the number one in India and across the world also as a private player. And this is where no, they are going very fast. They are going very fast. The next port is nothing but JSW Infra. Guys, I've already released one video on JSW Infra. If you want, you can go and check it out. It is a very, very informative video where I've given a prospects of JSW Infra. I'll give the link above so you can go and check it out. Again, if you talk about the long-term growth for this industry, so all India cargo, if you see, it has gone up by cargo by 6% CAGR. However, Adani Port has gone by almost 25% CAGR. Now, this is almost, you can say that no, four times of the total India growth, with the growth rate which with the Indian cargo is going up. Adani is almost 25% CAGR. Again, if you talk about the domestic cargo volume, which is by 20 financial 18 to financial 24, it is 3% CAGR. Like, but if you talk of Adani Port, it is 13%. This is how it has outperformed the industry. This is how they have grown very fast over the time. When we talk about cash flow also, guys, if you see in last from financial 13 to financial 20, 19% CAGR. Now this is where the Adani port is literally different than all other Adani companies, because here if you talk about no, they are performing, they are proving a cash flow and much much better, and fundamentally also it's a port business, all that, so physical is there compared to all Adani stocks, no, where the valuation is always a problem. Even EBITDA has gone at a 18%. Okay, and net cash flow generation had gone up to 24%, which is very good. So EBITDA to operating cash flow is healthy at almost over 70%. So now, before I go, guys, to the outlook and everything, let me show the result and how was the result. So talking about the result, guys, if you see the result, overall the result was okay. And if you talk about the basically 1 minute, just a minute. So if you talk about the result, so the profitability is almost 2,208 crores. The overall the sales was flat, but yes, in June 20th it was 2,119, and now it is in December 2,208 crores. Okay, and we talk about the year to year. Of course, there is a from last 3 years it is almost stagnant, but yes, in the current year, last 12 months, if you talk about, no, it is having a 7,230 crores, so which is there is a growth. So when we talk about the compounded sales growth, correct, in last 3 years it was 21%. In last 12 months it is around 33%. Compounded profit growth is almost 68% in last 12 months, which is very good. And that's why you can see in last 1 year almost the price has gone by 100%. And why? Because the way it has gone up, the way the profitability has gone up, it has shown a very good performance. When we talk about the shareholding pattern and all that, usual promoter is almost 66%, FI is 14%, and almost DI is 12%. Public is almost 7%. Now, another which if you compare with the peers and all that, okay, let me talk about the outlook first, then we'll talk about the peers. So talking about the outlook, guys, how the Adani looks like, Adani port looks like from here. So, guys, it has an extensive plan. You know that it is an extensive pan-India presence, strong pricing plan, and high proportion of sticky cargo, almost 50%. So more than 50% is the sticky cargo. Again, there is a robust volume driven by consistent market gain shares. Okay, that is last 9 months. So in financial 24 is one of their highest ever revenue, EBITDA, and cargo volume till date. Now, this shows how the company is performing. Last 9 months was an extraordinary performance from Adani Port. Again, they are again continuously investing in building infrastructure for its logistic business, which is expected to improve long-term cash flow and earning of the company. So in the logistic business, which is a smaller part, but yes, they are also focusing on that. Almost you can say that no more than 84% of the revenue coming from port business only. Again, Adani Port is in track to cross its revised cargo guidance of 400 MMT during financial 24. Now understand, even though there was a Red Sea crisis, that has not impacted them, and they're going to surpass that guidance. Now, in this type of no performance will always boost for the company. Again, it continues to gain market share by generating strong cash flow and maintaining leverage position. Only the problem is that debt to EBITDA ratio is almost 2.5 times, which has gone down. Earlier it was much higher, but slowly and gradually they are going to work on it. Management expects substantial growth in logistics segment driven by capacity expansion in Rex, MLLP, warehouse, and agri silos. So that is when they are thinking of good growth over the segments. Again, the company has seen improvement in margin. So earlier 17, 18, around financial 18, their margin is around 7 to 18%, which may go to almost 29 to 30% currently. Okay, so a good growth coming there where there will be increase in margin. Again, the logistics business continues to do well with YTD rail volume up by 21% year on year. So 21% year on year growth is going to come under logistic business, which is quite good, which is quite good. Again, the company is incubating business and compressing green hydrogen ecosystem where which almost 45% of overall EBITDA. So now guys understand this outlook overall. If you see, it looks quite good, but we have to compare with the peers comparison and know how where the company is looking currently, and what's the basically growth prospects and everything, and how to do value a company. Now talking with that, no, if we compare Adani Port with JSW Infra, Gujarat PPU, main is you can compare with the JSW Infra. So if you talk about, because that is the second largest port, JSW Infra is having a 69p. However, Adani Port is 32, which is quite lower. Okay. Even when we talk about ROE, ROC, of course, Adani Port is around 14.2 and 9.5 ROC, which is okay, which is less than JSW, but overall okay. When we talk about the sales growth and all that, that is having a decent growth in last few years, 20%, 18% profit growth. Now, the main ratio you have to talk about when we talk about this type of infrastructure business is nothing but EV by EBITDA. So EV by EBITDA, you can see it is almost 20.3, which is on a higher side overall. And JSW Inside is almost 28 times. When we compare that EV by EBITDA for last few years, you can see here it has gone up to almost 21.2. Currently, again, it has gone up because the EPS has gone up. However, the average, if we take 16 and 17% times, okay, of EBITDA, and we considered, okay, the EPS growth will be 15 to 20%, at least 20% in next, you can say that 2, 3 years. Then also the stocks look okay, because no, overall, if you see the business is doing well, and their execution is also very good, very good. And this is where the Adani Port is leading in the front, because their business execution and the way they are having an expansion, which is quite commendable. As an investor, you have to see what type of growth is coming in next 2 years. And if we, even if we take around 18 to 20% no EBITDA, sorry, EPS growth, and we take 16 times or 17 times EBITDA, I think from here also there will be a good jump from the stock. Good jump means you have some scope of expanding, and that is what you have to think about as an investor. If you're a long-term investor, I think this type of stock is a quite good, because they have a very good moat. It's very difficult to have this type of business. The port business is a quite an operational execution business where very few company are able to. Again, you need a big group to have this type of business. So उनकी कोई competition है. The next, the competition is JSW Infra, which is much smaller than Adani Port, and that is where they have a one type of monopoly. So as an investor, you can take a call based on what I have suggested. So hope you like this video, guys. If you like this video, do like, share, and subscribe to our channel. And do share it to everyone who are waiting for an Adani Port video and thinking of what to do with this. This is one of the best, I can tell you, the stock available among the Adani group, because fundamentally it is looks strong. And again, there you can say that. Valuation front is also okay. So thank you very much for joining, guys. Hope you like the video, and I'll be seeing soon next video. And guys, yes, before I go, if you want to attend our master class now, where we are showing how to do a value of a company and all that, The link will be given below. You can click it and attend our free masterclass also. So I'll be see you soon next time and also in the masterclass. Bye bye.